Hey everyone, this is Gary Kayye, and you are watching a special video edition of my Rants and rAVe podcast today. And I have Alan, shouldn't say Alan, good gosh, Jonathan Brawn with me today. You know, it's funny, Jonathan, I'm used to working with your dad so much that
That's two,
I just
Gary.
call you Alan. So now I'm going to make you Alan Jr. But actually,
I'll take
Jonathan
it.
Brawn has been in the industry only about 4 years less than me, almost 30 years. Jonathan, how are you?
I'm doing great, Gary. Thank you for having me on today. I greatly appreciate it as always. Never miss an opportunity when you and I get to chat.
Well, look, I'm doing a webinar next week or week and a half for Almo. It's actually on Thursday, December 17th. So if you're watching this, the week before, go ahead and register at almoproav.com. I will put a link in here in the description of this video cast. I'll put a link for how you can register. You can go to almoproav.com, click on education, click on webinars. It is the state of the display market. And I've asked Jonathan to join me for this webinar on the 17th because, I mean, you grew up in the display market. In fact, you were like, I think you've been around displays on a daily basis since you were 12 years old.
Absolutely correct. Started in 1992. You joke about Alan. I don't think he believed in child labor laws. And we promote family values almost as frequently as we promote family members here at Brawn Consulting. So I've been working with him since 92, and I am a display specialist. You don't want me messing with your audio system. I'll make it now sound terrible, but I'll defer to people like my good friend rAVe and Almo, who's an audio expert. I'm not. You're better with audio than I am for sure. It's just, I'm a video guy. That's what I do. And that's what I've done for the last, almost 28 years now.
Yeah, I think we're both video snobs. We like good images. For years with Luke Rawls, I taught a class, as you may remember, the week-long class on how to set up projectors properly. The market has changed. Well, on the 17th, the title of the last webinar of the year for Almo is called "The State of the Display Market." And this is a good time to do this because we're going to reset for some new technology hitting in 2021. While everybody's been locked up, some rapid R&D has been going on. There's going to be some new stuff. So we're going to kind of reset the market, and we're going to talk about not just flat panel displays, but also LEDs, which are taking all sorts of shapes. We'll talk about projection display. We'll kind of talk about a little bit of everything. Which display technology is your favorite, Jonathan, right now?
Ooh, that's like asking you to pick which one of your kids is your favorite.
Which one is?
I'll tell you, I'm kind of fascinated with two things. And I've had the honor of working with Samsung as a consultant for a number of years. That's no secret to anyone. And so that kind of gives me a little bit of a perspective on certain aspects of the flat panel industry, obviously with their position. And what I've been really fascinated by has been their QLED technology, which unfortunately they don't bring as much into the commercial display line as I think they really ought to. I'll probably get fired for making a critical comment, but it's a brilliant technology and really helps extend the longevity of the traditional LCD you and I are used to.
Yeah.
I'm also really impressed with the micro LED products they've been focusing on with the wall, which I think is still a brilliant way to present that name, like the Premier, their new consumer laser projector. I love the name, but the micro LED I think is something we're just starting to see the beginning of, if you think about it, because it's going to go further than the big tileable displays down to
and you're really seeing the future of display technology with micro LED in a lot of ways. I actually have a QLED in my house. I love the QLED technology as my primary television, and I think it's some of the best flat panel display technology out there. So we're going to talk about QLED. We'll also talk about OLED because OLED's had an impact on the market. We're going to talk about micro LED, mini LED, and traditional LED because there's really kind of three things going on there. There's a merging going on behind the scenes in development of LED and LCD for a new generation of display technology happening there that we're going to see probably 2021, 2022. We might start seeing a little bit of that. But projection technology, it's interesting how a lot of people counted out projection 10 years ago as being, on a rapid decline or towards a death. And Epson's had, out of the last 5 years, 2 or 3 of the best years they've ever had. So projection's still around, and you have companies getting into projection that weren't there before.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, I mentioned, and I'm not trying to name drop, like Samsung's the premier product.
Yeah.
It's a consumer technology,
Right.
but you talk to somebody like you or me who's an AV specialist, we're not going to shy away from putting a real projector and a proper screen in, but oftentimes we'll have a dedicated space.
Right.
What if you want a 120 inch or 150 inch image? You don't have the budget for DV LED. You don't really have the budget for a single large display. You can get yourself some of these great ultra short throw projectors. And I love some of the configurations that we're seeing now that don't require real installation. You just put the thing on credenza,
Right.
have white wall, and it works.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that I think the reason that Samsung actually got into projection is digital signage. I think that that's where they see, in addition to the consumer market, I think they see a lot of opportunity in signage where you can actually do displays on surfaces that you can't do with fixed solid state technologies like LED and
Right.
and OLED. So I think projection does have a long life because you can project on a surface, but the surface can still be something that is usable. And LED is awesome, but as you know, when it turns off or it's out, right, it's just a black square, right?
Right.
So there's some trade-offs there, but if you need something to work in bright light, you need something to work forever, LED is the way to go. So we're going to talk about all the different technologies. We're going to tease some of the future stuff that is coming up with Jonathan's experience with Samsung. I'm sure he's going to share a few things that you may or may not have known. But I'm excited that Jonathan's going to join me for this webinar on Thursday, December 17th. I need you to sign up. So go down below, sign up for this webinar, join us both. We're going to tag team this presentation. Jonathan, I'm excited to be working with you. Have great respect not only for you. And by the way, congratulations again. Jonathan, you're literally watching and listening to the CTS Holder of the Year. I can't remember exactly what they called you. What's the award?
Yeah, they gave me Educator of the Year.
Educator of the Year, yeah.
Which was an incredible honor. I've been teaching at Avixa. You've got a few more years on me there, but I've been teaching with Avixa, I guess, since they were still calling it the ICIA. You and I may be some of the few people left who remember that. But I think I taught my first class at about 16. Alan got the "you must be 18" rule waived and kind of threw me to the wolves. And I've loved it ever since. And so that was an incredible honor. So thank you.
Well deserved. So you're gonna get Alan, you're gonna get Jonathan and Gary together. Maybe Alan will join us at this point in time. I guess he should.
I don't know. The world might end. Put all three of us on one webinar.
It is on Thursday, December 17th. Sign up today. Jonathan, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate it, my friend.